Hello and welcome to the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. It's the 4th edition of this championship that was brought in 2014. Since then, the stars of Asia have been making their way on the road to MotoGP. And even today, some of the former champions are lining up on the Grand Prix grid. There are 2 rounds remaining in the 2017 championship and still plenty at stake. No less than 6 riders could potentially win this championship, and there could even be more with 4 races remaining. 2 in Motegi, 2 in Sepang. Should be fascinating viewing, and we've got more coming up for you in just a few moments as Yuki Kuni will line up on pole position for the first race here today. Second race coming up tomorrow. 15 laps of the twin ring at Motegi coming up in a moment. Welcome to the Twin Ring Motegi then here in eastern Japan. Motegi, the town in eastern Japan within the Kanto region, around about 2.5-hour drive from the nation's capital, Tokyo. Beautiful scenery surrounding this circuit, of course, the circuit that we use just on the inner section of a 2.4 kilometre oval, hence why it's named the Twin Ring. And we have got the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup penultimate round coming up. 1 race today, 1 race tomorrow, and then in 2 weeks' time we will be getting underway with the finale. The final round will be taking place in Sepang. The first time that we saw these guys this year, certainly at Grand Prix level anyway, was back in Qatar, and we're about ready for the warm-up lap. In terms of the championship here, it's wide open, and I'll try and run through as much as I can on this warm-up lap. This is, if you're first-time viewers of the Asia Talent Cup, a Dorna feeder series, one of many that have been so successful and crucial on the road to MotoGP to get as many stars from Asia and Australasia into world racing. The champion of 2014, Kaito Toba, went on to become a Grand Prix rider and is still today. Ayumi Sasaki, likewise, the champion of 2015. Last year's champion, Somkiat Chantra, the Thai rider, currently in the Junior World Championship, trying to make his way. Another rider that has come from this championship, Adam Noradine, Nakarin Atirapuvapat, both of whom are in the Moto3 World Championship, and Kazuki Masaki, this year's Red Bull rookie champion, also came from the Asia Talent Cup. But it just goes to show you how important these series are. We've got so many within Dorna and the road to MotoGP. The British Talent Cup comes next year. There's the Northern European Series. There's so many. And of course, the CEV Junior World Championship, all brought to you by FIM, the Red Bull rookies as well. And a few of these riders you may well recognise if you've been watching the Red Bull rookies as well, in particular the twin brothers from Turkey, Can and Deniz Oncu. Now in the championship, Noguchi it is that has the championship lead. Noguchi has had one of those seasons, he's the number 9 you'll see out there, where he's not necessarily dominated every weekend. He's just been really consistent, finishing on the podium. So look out for number 9. All of these bikes are absolutely identical. They're all Honda NSF 250Rs. It's a 12-race championship, 15 countries. Of course, we've got Australia's entries for this year and last year as well, although the Australian rider Bhatia, who started the season, isn't here this weekend. Then there's this rigorous selection process where 22 riders are chosen. They ride for free. It's, of course, aided and helped by mentor Alberto Pucci, who watches on. But Noguchi has a 9-point lead over Deniz Oncu. Now, Deniz Oncu, number 7, the slightly shorter of the two twins, and then Chan On-Chu finished third in the Red Bull Rookies. He's fourth overall in the championship, 14 points adrift. Ryusei Yamanaka, another one to look out for. A Red Bull rookie this year, 15-year-old, number 12, third in the championship. Then you've got Anwar to look out for as well. Anwar, number 20, the Malaysian, 17-year-old, fifth in the championship. Yuki Kuni on pole, number 5, sixth in the championship, but only 26 points behind, with 100 still available. It is all to play for. Sometimes it can be hard to pick these guys out with equal machinery, but we'll do our very best. 15 laps here coming up at the twin ring Motegi, and away they go. Cooney got off to a decent start, coming through from the second row. Also there is number 4, Jerry Salim, experienced in this class, the Indonesian. Number 3, though, might just get the whole shot. He does. Chan On-Chu, the 14-year-old Turkish rider who finished 9th in this championship last year. He seems to have got to the front. He was third in the Red Bull Rookies. It all went really wrong for Chan On-Chu. A couple of months ago, he was favoured to win the Red Bull Rookie Championship. It didn't work out for him. Kazuki Masaki in the end won that. He's trying to make up for that by winning this Asia Talent Cup. That is now on the mind of Chan On-Chu, but he's got his twin brother to fight with as well. Number 20 there, just up into second, is Azroy Anwar from Malaysia. And number 9 coming through is Haruki Noguchi, the championship leader, the 16-year-old. Number 4 in 4th place, Jerry Salim. He's been in this championship now for 3 seasons, finished 5th and 6th in the years gone by in the past. And number 12, just joining that top 6 group, is Ryusei Yamanaka, the 15-year-old, who finished 4th in last year's championship and was 6th in the Red Bull Rookies this year. But it's Chan On-Chu who has the early lead. Now, here in Motegi, we've had a lot of rain. Yesterday's qualifying and this morning's qualifying were wet, but it's been drying up since lunchtime. We just finished Moto2 qualifying. All of these guys will be out on slick tyres, but there are still quite a few damp patches, as you can see here. We're expecting a lot of rain tomorrow as well for these guys' second race. Of course, we are here as part of the MotoGP round 15. Those races coming tomorrow, as well as the third from last race of this championship, which will be coming up tomorrow as well. But as we come around onto the old start-finish straight, so this is used on the national circuit, we drop downhill now into turn 11. Under the bridge they'll go. Number 20 there is Azroy Anwar trying to fight his way through, but Chan On-Chu has opened up a handsome advantage. The riders that have been in the Red Bull Rookies this year, you would fancy to prevail here. They've been racing at the highest level for most of this season. Here is the championship leader, though, Haruki Noguchi, that we ride on board with. As we go across the line, Noguchi's up into second place now, leading the championship. Starting the season off at Chang International Circuit. Of course, that was part of the World Superbike Championship. Noguchi picked up a 6th and a 3rd, but he's already here gone up into first place. Chan On-Chu has been demoted then to second. Then we went to Qatar, of course, as part of the MotoGP World Championship. Now, if you cast your minds back to what seems like a lifetime ago, start of the year, one of the races was cancelled because we had rain in Qatar. And Noguchi on that day, though, we did have one race as Chan On-Chu fights back. He finished 3rd on that day. Then we went to Suzuka. These guys, 1st and 2nd for Noguchi, who retakes the lead, and then Sepang. So they've already had a blast at Sepang. They'll finish the season there as well. At the moment, though, it is number 9, Haruki Noguchi, that has the advantage from Chan On-Chu. Then it's On-Chu, currently 2nd in the championship. Just in 7th place at the moment, the number 7. Tiny rider, Dennis On-Chu, but a talented one. Previous winners of this Motegi race in Asia Talent Cup, Toba, Sasaki, and there's a couple out there as well. Yuki Kuni, who was on pole, won the opening race of the Asia Talent Cup here last year. Number 20 there, though, just in 3rd. These guys are all just starting to lose touch with the leaders. They won't want that to happen here in the early stages. So, there's number 7. Then it's On-Chu, Turkish rider. His brother, Chan, battling for the lead and taking it down into turn 11. Camera angles don't quite do that one justice down into turn 11. It's a spectacular corner though. Under the bridge they go, flicking it left, then they climb uphill into turn 13 and the aptly named final turn, Victory Corner, onto the start-finish straight. You can see the long locks of hair there from the back of the helmet of number 3, Chan On-Chu. Quite a distinctive looking rider, easy to pick out. It's certainly handy when you've got all of these machines hammering it down the start-finish straight, but Chan On-Chu it is that leads. A bit of a moment there from number 12, a bit further back. That's Ryusei Yamanaka. He's down to 5th place. Fastest lap of the race then to Chan On-Chu, 206.853 for him. Race leader ahead of Noguchi. And Chan On-Chu, if he wants to win this championship, will need to get himself on that top step a couple of times. He is only 14 points down on Noguchi, but Noguchi, it's his home circuit, of course, for him. If he wins here, then he will extend his advantage in that World Championship. And Denitz On-Chu, well, with him being a bit further back in 6th, the gap will open up, and it would be a pretty picture. So much can happen in Asia Talent Cup races. Last year, the finale was absolutely unbelievable. There were 4 riders going into the final day and on the final race that could win the championship, and it was up and down, riders throwing it at the scenery. It looked like one moment that all 4 were going to throw themselves out of contention, and in the end, as if from nowhere, the Thai rider Somkit Chantra somehow managed to pick up the spoils and the championship. Will it be a nail-biting finale this year in the Asia Talent Cup? Every year so far it's been great, and it just goes to show you with the previous champions and top 3 runners what they've gone on to achieve, that this really is a successful series. The Asia Talent Cup gives the riders so much confidence. The On-Chu brothers riding side by side in the Red Bull Rookies and the Asia Talent Cup. How perfect is that? They don't clash with each other. They're following the MotoGP World Championship around the world. Doesn't really get any better than that, does it? There is number 7 then, Denitz On-Chu, who's got himself to the front of that small pack now and moved himself up into 4th place ahead of Ryusei Yamanaka and Yuki Kuni, who started this race and put on pole position. But I remind you, the form we saw in qualifying isn't really much to go by because they were in full wet conditions. At the front, Noguchi takes the lead from Chan On-Chu. Oh, massive high side! Oh my word! Can you believe it? Noguchi high sides and he wipes Chan On-Chu out with him on the exit of turn number 2. Unbelievable. Well, I told you that anything can happen in the Asia Talent Cup. Well, it has here. Haruki Noguchi, the championship leader, has gone down and he's taken out Chan On-Chu. These two were high and dry. They looked like they were home. They were about 2.5 seconds clear of the rest of the field. You have to feel sorry for Chan On-Chu there. That just about sums up his luck recently. He couldn't do anything about that. There was nowhere for him to go, and Chan On-Chu has gone down. Well, that changes everything. That now means that Anwar leads. Denitz On-Chu is 2nd and would inherit the championship lead. You can see on the right of your screen there the update. And Noguchi would go from leading to 4th. And in a blink of an eye, things can change in the Asia Talent Cup, and it has here. Up to 3rd place then is Hirama, number 8, who hasn't finished any higher than 4th so far this season. And there is number 9, tried to rejoin. It's just not happening. I wonder what's happened to number 3, whether Chan On-Chu has been able to rejoin or not. It doesn't look like it on my time screens at present. But, well, that was rather dramatic. Number 20, Anwar it is that leads, and now this is your battle for the win as Denitz On-Chu, the twin of Chan, who's just gone down. He would have seen his brother going down. Now Denitz leads. There he is. You can see how small he is. Pint-sized is Denitz On-Chu. They're a great couple of lads. They speak very good English. They've been spending their time in the Red Bull Rookie Championship, as I said, most of this year. And Denitz On-Chu, who was in 6th a moment ago, now leads, and he would extend a lead in a championship that he didn't even have about 5 minutes ago. Across the line we go then. Let's just see a replay of what happened now. Into turn 1, Noguchi leads. Now watch the rear end of the bike in 1st place. He opens up the throttle, spins it round. Chan On-Chu had absolutely nowhere to go. It's no one's fault, it's Noguchi's crash, but he didn't mean to wipe out Chan On-Chu. And on board here, and you're about to see rider depart from bike. away we go. Oh, that could have been really nasty for the pair of them, so it's nice to see at least that they're both safe and okay. Chan On-Chu, incidentally, I understand, according to my time screen, has rejoined the race, but he's way back in 17th. So as it stands, he won't score any points. Noguchi definitely won't. His race is over. Denitz On-Chu leads then, number 7. 14-year-old from Alanya in Turkey. Won the opening 2 races of the season, did Denitz On-Chu, with the green helmet here in Chiang, in Thailand. Then went to Qatar and finished 5th. Crashed and finished 5th in Suzuka, and the championship went away from him. But you can see here that anything's possible. Last year we said that if you crashed more than once in this championship, your chances of winning the title were gone. Well, that's not the case this year, because everybody that's taken a turn of leading has had a fall of some description. So this is wide open. Denitz On-Chu leads, number 7. Second place for number 8 there, Koji Hirama, who waves his arm up. I don't know if he's apologising or if he's just telling them all to stay away. Number 20 behind him is Azroy Anwar from Malaysia. And then it's number 5, Yuki Kuni from Japan, the 14-year-old, one of the youngest riders in the field. There you see on the left side of your screen the name tower with Chan On-Chu 17th, who went down. He has rejoined. I'll have a look at his lap times in a moment and see whether or not the bike has been affected by that crash and whether he's got any pace to try and claw his way back in somehow. But he has got a lot on his plate. So, across the line we go once more. Denitz On-Chu will take to the line first, a 2:05.587 for the Turkish rider. He's the fastest rider out there by a long stretch. 1.6 seconds his advantage now as he starts to pull away from this lot in second. Anwar went across the line in second, number 20, but he's already been overtaken by Hirama, number 8. Then it's Kuni, Yamanaka, Salim, Nakajima, Hedriencia, Suzuki, Saito, Fermencia, Ardiancia, and Kausonti in 13th, the Thai rider. Hamdan is in 14th, and then Koki Suzuki is in 15th, Suhaimi 16th, and then way back through the field is Chan On-Chu. So Denitz and Chan are at the front and the back of this field. This is the battle for second place that you're looking at as they head under the first of 2 tunnels here at this Motegi circuit, out of turn 5 and uphill slightly around turn 6, one of the fastest parts of the circuit when cranked over on these Honda NSF 250s. Denitz and Chan On-Chu, the twin brothers, are widely expected, not next year but the year after, to make their way onto the Grand Prix scene. They won't be old enough to compete in the World Championship next year, so I expect to see the On-Chu brothers probably competing at Red Bull rookie level and then the Junior World Championship. I can't see them competing in the Asia Talent Cup again next year, so which one will it be? There's a black and orange flag there waving. It must be for number 3 there, who's just pulled over. Now, black and orange means there's something wrong with your bike. It's Chan On-Chu, and he's been told, your time's up, I'm afraid. Pull over, you're not allowed to take part anymore. Number 8 waving his arms around again, Koji Hirama. He's got some cheek, the 16-year-old. How on earth you can try and convince the rest of the field that they should stay behind you, I do not know. But Chan On-Chu then, he won't be picking up points either. He's got to now make his way over. Now the black and orange flag means you should pull over at the earliest convenience. It doesn't mean that you're disqualified, but I don't think he's quite got the hint there. So Chan On-Chu will probably make his way into pit lane, which he's not really supposed to do, but hey, they're youngsters, they will learn. We've had a faller elsewhere. Number 18 has gone out. Koki Suzuki is out of this one, and confirmation on my time screen that Chan On-Chu is into the pits, and there he is. And that just about sums up what has been a disastrous couple of months for this Turkish rider. He was on top of the world about 2 months ago. He won both races in the Asia Talent Cup here in Sepang. This is a replay of it again, and he was leading the Red Bull Rookie World Championship. Well, it's not a World Championship, but you know what I mean. All of a sudden he then finishes in 3rd overall in the Red Bull Rookies, and this happens to him. He cannot buy any luck at present. Just for good measure, we'll get another view of that. Chan On-Chu did see him going down and tried to avoid him, but there was no way he was going to avoid that. Just to, as you would imagine with twins, they are incredibly close. They are stuck like glue, Chan and Denitz, but I wonder whether this will be painful for Chan to watch his younger brother there. Younger brother? They're twins. How can he be younger? Come on, Steve. Denitz On-Chu there almost threw it at the scenery himself, but he will be the championship leader if he stays upright, and it is a big if in conditions like this. 9 laps to go here in Motegi. Second place now being taken by Yuki Kuni, 14-year-old. Yuki Kuni coming into this round is 6th overall and was the furthest back, I suppose, of the championship protagonists. But with both Noguchi and Chan On-Chu going down, that really does change the complexion of this one. Now, where's Jerry Salim? Because he was 7th in the championship and out of this one. Now, he's in 6th here. That might not be good enough. There he is, just in the back of your picture, number 4. If he can get himself in maybe contention for a podium here, you never know. He might just have a chance at getting himself back into championship hunt. As it is for now, the advantage at the front for Denitz On-Chu. Well, he'll light up Sector 1 in just a moment. On board with him now. He has got a 2.4 second lead, and he would have a 16-point lead going into tomorrow's second race here in Motegi if things stay the way they are. But he's just had a warning a moment ago and lost a couple of tenths. He's got to keep his focus here. Yuki Kuni then in 2nd place. There's that battle for 2nd in the background. Number 12 is Ryosei Yamanaka. Number 8, Hirama. And then Anwar. And we've got rain falling. Goodness me. The rain flag is out, which is an absolute nightmare here because these young riders are all out on slick tyres. Now, if it absolutely tips down, then the red flag would come out. And they'd have to be past 2/3 distance for this race to be declared. And at the moment, we are not past halfway distance. And so this would be, if the race was to be stopped, restarted again. None of the riders really want that to happen. Denitz On-Chu would be happy to see a checkered flag in the next couple of minutes. But let's see what happens anyway. Rain falling, they might just have to tiptoe in a few places. It's not heavily falling from where I can see in my commentary box at the moment, so we might be okay. But as the laps continue to count down, race control, no, they're all going down. This race could be stopped in a moment. There's another rider going down in the background as well. Denitz On-Chu, the race leader's gone down now as well. It's been a disastrous day for the On-Chu twins. Who was that going down in the background as well? So less than 2/3 distance of this race were completed. There you can see the rain spots on the front screen of Denitz On-Chu. He wasn't holding back, was he? Not scared, these youngsters. As soon as I've got any updates, I'll let you know. But the race has been interrupted here after 7 full laps were completed due to the rain falling and all riders being out on slick tyres. Yuki Kuni was then inheriting the race lead. Well, it's all drama here. Noguchi was the leader of the championship. He went down. He wiped out Chan On-Chu. Denitz On-Chu had a 2.5 second lead. He went down. That then meant Anwar had a good opportunity. He went down. And so we're sort of rapidly running out of championship rivals here at this moment in time. There's going to be a lot of work going on down here in pit lane. It's a similar setup if you've watched Red Bull Rookies here, of course. They're allowed to bring down their trays of mechanical gear, and I'm being told here that there's going to be a restarted race of 5 laps, but the real problem here is going to be the weather, because unless the rain really starts falling, I'm not sure they'd go out on wets at the moment. And although in World Championship circumstances, when a wet race is declared, you can opt for whatever tyres you want, and if you make the wrong decision, I'm afraid it's tough luck. There are normally different rules in place for the feeder series. I know at Red Bull rookie level, they rarely allow tyre choice to be open for situations like this. They might well change, but they would rather everyone was on the same rubber. Then it's on Chu here, is rushing back now. I haven't got an Asia Talent Cup rulebook in front of me, but there are certain cases where Denitson Chu wouldn't be allowed to rejoin, having gone down, but he might well be given the benefit of the doubt. It wasn't his fault, of course, that the rain fell, but he did go down. He's going to get ready anyway. He's trying to find a plug socket to get the tyre warmers on. Alberto Pucci is there just on the right, mentor, keeping an eye on things. Denitson Chu's fate as to whether he's able to restart this race will be down to race direction, I'm sure, and we'll probably see some officials going to pass on information shortly. But it will be a restarted 5-lap race. When? I don't know. The crowd have been sitting through what has been some pretty ugly weather so far this weekend. Ticker tape at the bottom just stating what's happened. As you can see there, track conditions started to rain, race red flag, 5 laps, and the grid positions based on standings of lap 11. So it goes back a lap, which would mean that Denitson Chu could start the race because he wasn't the cause of the red flag. But I can't confirm that yet. As I say before, it's like a game of Quidditch going on over here as they try and clear the water on the side of the track. Denitson Chu would, if it went back to 7 laps, start from pole from Kuni Hirama. That would be your front row, Yamanaka Anwar and Salim. So both on Chu and Anwar would be able to rejoin. Well, it's all happening here, isn't it? A 5-lap dash. So important, of course, for the future of these riders trying to make their way into World Championship level. A top 3 finish in the Asia Talent Cup means so much. If that's on your CV, you are going to get seen. Kazuki Masaki was not a champion in this class, but he went on to qualify for the Red Bull Rookies and then this year wins the championship. If you play your cards right, thanks to Dorna and their feeder series and the road to MotoGP, you could find yourself, in the matter of just a few years, if you've got the talent, racing in the same paddock, the likes of Marc Marquez, Jorge Lorenzo, Valentino Rossi, Maverick Vinales, Andrea Dovizioso and Danny Pedrosa. So, bikes just being put back together. I believe that was Denitson Chu's machine just being fixed up. There's Yuki Kuni's bike, number 5, who started from pole originally. But at the moment, I'm just trying to work out exactly what they're going to do with Denitson Chu. Normally, I mean, it depends. There are different rules at different championships, nationally, World Championship, and I must confess, because I don't have the Asia Talent Cup rule book in front of me, I don't even know if there is an Asia Talent Cup rule book, or whether it's just FIM rules apply, but in many, many cases, only bikes still racing at the time of the red flag can start, but I don't know. So I'm not even going to speculate. What we see is what we'll get, I suppose. At the moment, Denitson Chu certainly thinks he's going to be starting anyway, and if he is, he'll be starting from pole. I mean, if he does and is allowed to start, there is such a lifeline there for him. This is a replay of the original race start in dry conditions. Great start that was for Chanon Chu, number 3. And Noguchi, the championship leader there, just going up into 3rd place, number 9. Those two then got to the front, started to peel away a bit.
So we're just looking at the various replays of the highlights of what happened earlier on. This was the incident between the two race leaders. Noguchi, championship leader, went down. Chan On-Chu had nowhere to go. He crashed out. Then it's On-Chu then went through to take the lead of the race. This is on board with Noguchi. A replay of that accident. The rear's about to come round on him. Down he goes. Rain flags came out. Then it's On-Chu saw them because there would have been spots of rain on his screen and on his helmet visor. He went down. Anwar then goes down in the background. We'll now see that one from on board as well, but I've got no grid in front of me on my time screen at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see whether he starts the race in a moment. It makes a big difference to the championship as well. This is an important decision, whatever decision is made. As and when the race starts, I haven't got even information on when that is yet. I suppose they're just keeping an eye on the skies here. But Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, if you've just tuned in, has been stopped for now. It's getting dark here as well. I should just point that out. The night really does come in very quickly, so they won't want to hang around for too long. We haven't got headlights on these NSF 250s. There's Dennis On-Chu. Will he be going out soon? They're going to really want to crack on with this shortly. Around about 5:15 local time, it starts to really close in, and we're already at 4:45. Now, it will only be a 5-lap dash for the Asia Talent Cup, but who features in it, what time it starts, I don't know. There is Chan On-Chu shaking his head, still got his helmet on. I don't think he really wants to talk to anyone at the moment. Looking very, very disappointed with the outcome of that one. Of course, he went down before the red flag came out. Absolutely zero chance of him being allowed to make any sort of restart. So he's just going to have to wait for tomorrow and hope that results go his way. That's the bike there of number 20, Anwar, who went down also, the Indonesian rider. Anwar, 17-year-old from, sorry, Malaysia, not Indonesian. 5th in the championship at the moment. Was in this series a couple of years ago, actually. Finished in 14th overall. He's got a bit of experience here in Motegi. His best results this year, he's got 3 second places at the Chang International Circuit, Suzuka and Sepang as well. Incidentally, if you're tuning in and you're watching Motegi here, I don't know if you saw MotoGP earlier on, but it's well worth a watch. All 3 qualifying sessions actually from MotoGP, well worth a watch here from Motegi today. Some surprise packages ahead of the 15th round of the World Championship that takes place here tomorrow, and the first of 3 flyaway races with Phillip Island next week and then Sepang. And of course the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup here will be out in Sepang as well for their final round. You have to believe that the championship will rage on and reach its climax there. I can't see a champion being crowned here this weekend. He looks happy to sit it out and wait for these guys to go out. Tyre warmers here are just about being made ready to go off, are they? No, that's a wet tyre that's being prepared. I can't tell you whether it's raining at the moment. From my commentary box window, there's no spots on the glass. Dennis On-Chu is allowed to restart. I've just been given the grid, the starting grid. Dennis On-Chu and Anwar have been given a huge lifeline. I mean, that could be talked about at the end of the season if they are to become champions, but they have been given a proper lifeline here. Dennis On-Chu then will start from pole position. Yuki Kuni, who was originally on pole due to qualifying, would start second. Then it would be Koji Harama, 16-year-old Japanese rider. Row 2 would feature Ryusei Yamanaka, Anwar and Jerry Salim from Indonesia. Row 3, Nakajima It's Kinky Nakajima from Japan, number 21, 7th, ahead of number 13, the aptly named Lucky, Hendriensia from Indonesia. Number 9 on row 3, oh sorry, 9th position on row 3 is Takuto Suzuki, 15-year-old. And then row 4 features Saito, Hamdan and Ardiancia. And at the back of the field, Suhaimi. So whatever happens here, we are actually going to have points finishes because there are only 13 riders that are going to make it onto the starting grid. We started this weekend off with 19 riders. A few injuries coming into this event meant that the full quota of 22 riders haven't made it in. So 13 riders on the grid in a 5-lap race. It's got a sort of club race feel to it, although club races are longer than that. It's a fair distance around this circuit, about 4.8 kilometres long, 2.9 miles to be precise. Gentleman in the white coat there, I'm sure those of you that follow World Championship racing will recognise him, Alberto Puig, famous for mentoring the likes of Danny Pedrosa, Casey Stoner and many, many others, and he was not half bad on a bike himself back in the day. Injury put pay to his career, but he has got Grand Prix winners' trophies in his cabinet back home. He was at the launch of the British Talent Cup as well, which starts next year, which will be basically exactly what you're seeing here, but of course races run over in the UK for British talent coming through. Slowly but surely, Dorna have feeder series that are stretching out around the world to ensure that we have the perfect conveyor belt of talent feeding through into the World Championship. This in particular, the Asia Talent Cup, is a little jewel in the crown at the moment because it was one of the first Talent Cup series to be brought through with that name tag, if you like. British Talent Cup, of course, coming next year. The Red Bull Rookies and the Junior World Championship were already in place, but not many people, when this one was first introduced, believed that it would necessarily work. Well, Dorna have certainly proved a few people wrong with this one because of what we've seen. And you think that in the World Championship, we've had a lot of missing Asian riders coming through. There was once a time when Japan had so many riders at the Grand Prix level. Never happened for them in the last 5-6 years because we just had pretty much no one out there. I think a couple of years ago, Taka Nakagami, Hiroki Ono and Tatsuki Suzuki were the only Asian riders in the field. But slowly but surely, riders from Japan, Malaysia, Thailand coming through. We've got Turkey as well. Australasia are involved in this Asia Talent Cup, so there's an opportunity now for riders from Australia to come through. No prizes for guessing who that fella is cheering on this weekend. You can see here from your screens that it's starting to get darker. You've got floodlights there in pit lane, so that doesn't really tell you the whole tale as to how dark it is actually getting out here. Are there spots of rain on that lens coming down or not? I think that they're going to send these guys out on wets. I think that's what they're going to do, whether it's dry or not. Now, the wet tyres, the Dunlop wets that they use here, can be used in dry and especially cool conditions. They're so grippy, but they don't rub away. Of course, there's not so much power at the rear end of these machines. There's enough to high side, as you've already seen, but they'll last 5 laps. And so it's a wise decision because then if it does start to rain, they're in a much safer position. Safety paramount when you're sending out riders aged between 13 and 21 out on circuit. And so I think that's probably what they're going to do here. So there won't be like a split grid, I doubt, of riders on slicks and wets, although again I could be wrong. Certainly the majority of the field there look like they're on wet tyres, and it will be a 5-lap dash for them. They'll get a sighting lap And I don't think they're going to want to mess around here. So I very much doubt they'll be given any more than one sighting lap. And then it will be a warm-up lap, a quick start procedure, and away we go. Because they are well aware that they're losing time. If these guys don't get out on circuit, I would say in about 10 minutes' time, we would be in danger of this race being cancelled because of the light. We might have floodlights around this circuit, but I'm not sure if we have them all the way around the circuit, and it would be good enough. It's all around this sort of outfield and the oval, but not on the inner parts of this circuit. The riders are jumping on board though, so it's looking good here for them. There's number 21, Kinky Nakajima, 12th in this year's championship. On the podium in Japan this year already when the series travelled to Suzuka. Still waiting. I haven't got anything in my time screens at the moment to indicate what time pit lane is due to open. Of course, you can see the red flag up there, so I can't really help you with that at the moment. What I can tell you is it will be a 5-lap restart. Then it's on Chu. We'll start from pole. Now, what I can also tell you is that the championship standings, of course, remain the same because no points have been given out yet. So Noguchi will be watching from pit lane, but is the championship leader. Then it's on Chu, second in the championship, will be lining up on pole overall. Yamanaka, third in the championship. 1 point clear of Chan on Chu, who cannot race. He crashed before the red flag. Then it's Anwar. So then it's on Chu, Anwar, and Yuki Kuni looks set to be the big movers here. There's Alberto Pucci just talking to Chan on Chu on the right. Have to feel sorry for Chan, but just making sure that he's okay. Bit of a nightmare month or two, as I've said before. Okay, thumbs up from Chan on Chu. There's a bit of a glaze in the eyes there. He's upset. God, I feel so sorry for him after what's been going on recently, but he'll be back. 16:56 local time. Pit lane will open. That's in 2 minutes exactly. We will be. By the end of this race, we are going to need flashlights on the front of these bikes. It takes these riders over 2 minutes to lap Motegi, and they've got to do an out lap, a warm-up lap, and then 5 flying laps. It will be dark. Yeah, they're all out on wet tyres. So you can see the Dunlop wets there. They will not chew up in these conditions. It's pretty cool here. We've still got a few damp patches out on circuit as well. They will be fine. Pit lane opens in just over a minute. Jerry Salim is one to look out for in this one as well. There's an opportunity here for Salim. Finished 5th and 6th in the championship in the past, the number 4. And look, you can see there a bit of rain falling still, a bit of drizzle. Certainly not directly in front of me here. So wet tyres definitely the choice. But going back to Jerry Salim, he'll start from 6th on the grid. Now, Salim is currently 7th in the championship, but he's 56 points down on Noguchi. That will come down if he finishes this race, because he'll score points and Noguchi won't. But if Jerry Salim can get himself on the podium, the number 4, then he has a lifeline going into the final 3 races of the championship. Right, well, we can get going again now. The Hondas have all been started, and the green flag will be waving down at the end of pit lane in just a moment. If you've just tuned in, sorry for the delay. We had a dry race to begin with. Rain started falling. Race leader went down, joined by 2 others. Red flags came out. But we have lost championship leader Noguchi and championship contender Chan On Chu. They will be watching from pit lane as the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup riders finally get themselves back out on circuit again. This all adds to the experience and the mental approach of racing. It's not easy to get your adrenaline going again. There is Denitson Chu, number 7. He's a fidgety little chap, I'll tell you that much, on a motorcycle. He doesn't sit still very often, Denitson Chu. There's not many people that would make a Honda NSF 250 look big, but he certainly does. There is number 20, Anwar. He also went down, the Malaysian rider, so they can count themselves pretty lucky here. They've been given another crack at the whip. 13 riders will line up on the grid for a 5-lap race. There is Denitson Chu, easy to spot. Smallest rider in the field, green helmet, number 7. Championship standings, that was on lap of 7 of 15. Pay no attention to that. That graphic doesn't matter anymore because there are no aggregate times or anything like that. It's Noguchi who is the championship leader on 111 points, with Denitson Chu second on 102. Yamanaka third on 98, and Chanon Chu on 97. Anwar on 93, Yuki Kuni on 85. You can just tell from that 26 points between 6 riders. It's all to play for, and that gap should, in theory, come down. But based on what we've seen already, anything could happen here. All 6 championship rivals could wipe each other out. We might have another added into the mix. Ryusei Yamanaka there, number 12, 15-year-old. Seen plenty of him in this championship. He's been in it for 2 seasons now. This is 3rd, actually. 4th last year, 15th in his debut rookie season as a 13-year-old. He was 6th in the Red Bull Rookies this year. And Ryusei Yamanaka, number 12, finished 4th and 2nd here in Motegi last year. So far this season, he's been on the podium 4 times, but no race win. He's a consistent rider, the number 12. Doesn't normally, touch wood for him, throw it at the scenery. Denitson Chu, as I mentioned before, on pole position, won the opening 2 races, but he's not won one since. Yuki Kuni, twice a race winner this year, number 5. He'll line up 2nd place on the grid. He was a winner here in Motegi just last year. That was the sighting lap. Quick restart here. Mechanics and family members will just be, only one allowed on, will just be making sure everything's okay. They will be ushered very quickly, let me tell you, off the grid. And you can see how much the night is starting to close in here. Denitson Chu then will look to the lights as we get going again for the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. 5 laps coming up. The 2017 season gets back underway again. 4 races to go and a 5-lap dash coming up. Away they go then for their warm-up lap. Denitson Chu already looking like he's racing. I think 1 or 2 of them there are a bit confused that they were racing still, but this is a warm-up lap. Couple of hairpins here. 6 really heavy braking zones here in Motegi. Going into turns 1 and 2. Then into turns 3 and 4. Likewise then a heavy braking zone now as we ride with Denitson Chu into turn number 5, which we're approaching now. Slightly uphill just on its approach, and then we go under the tunnel. We'll tip it right into turn number 6 and we start climbing uphill. Not by much, but just a bit. Fast turns 6, 7 and 8 here coming up. On these bikes especially, you won't be backing it off too much. Then they'll make their way up to another sharp left-hander. Turn number 9. Braking hard, good overtaking opportunity, even on a warm-up lap, as Yuki Kuni has shown you there. And then up to another good overtaking place. Turn 10, tightest corner on the circuit, hairpin. And make the way round here onto the National Straight. Long back straight, brilliant for slipstream. Halfway down it, it drops downhill rather severely. You can't even see the drop there. Camera angle doesn't do it justice, really does. Drop down into spectacular turn 11, 90-degree corner, named because, of course, it's a 90-degree right. Under the tunnel they go once more, and then into a technical uphill section. Turns 12, 13, 14. You can see there the rain is starting to steadily fall again now. But these are conditions. They've had rain, they've had dry. They've not had these in-between conditions. Dare I say that with 13 riders only on the grid, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few of them going missing in this race. I'll be amazed if we have 13 finishers here. It is starting to fall now, the rain. So the wet tyres was definitely the right call. It might be getting dark here then in the twin ring Motegi, but it's not stopping these youngsters. They want to go racing, and they will be in a second. BMW lights at the back are dazzling away, but the lights go out here, and it is go for the Asia Talent Cup. A brilliant start further back there from Yamanaka, number 12, and number 20 as well as Roy Anouar, but it will be Dennis Onchu, the pole rider, that gets the whole shot. Just, he ran a bit wide there, so he's lost out. He's dropped back into second place. It's Ryusei Yamanaka who goes to the front. Not had a race win at this level, Ryusei Yamanaka, but I said a couple of minutes ago he's very, very consistent. Yuki Kuni coming through there. Jerry Salim also number 4. Nicely does it, neatly done by most of these riders so far, not getting tripped up or anything like that. Why number 12 Ryusei Yamanaka is looking over his shoulder after completing 4 corners, I do not know. Was he expecting to see that he had a 4-second lead? He's coming out of turn 5 as your race leader. Dennis Onchu, who was on pole, has just fallen back to 4th place. Now, we had a couple of Red Bull rookie races this year where conditions were similar to this, and it doesn't suit Dennis Onchu. He's not bad in the wet. He's very, very good in the dry, but the in-between stuff might just make him a bit nervous, especially after, let's not forget, that he's already fallen. Down through the gearbox we go. Ryusei Yamanaka it is that leads from number 20. Number 20 is Azroy Anouar. Number 5 is Yuki Kuni. Then it's Onchu. As you can see, rain lights fitted for all of these machines. Well, they're going to be needed soon. So dark as they now head down the back straight once more and brake into turn number 11. Under the tunnel, flicking it left. Stayed in line so far, very well behaved from the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, but I don't think he'll stay that way if they're all in a bunch going into the final lap. A lot to play for here, and a few riders further back that, let's say, over the original race distance might not have fancied it, might now fancy it. Number 12 it is then that leads. Yamanaka from Anouar, Kunik, Onchu, Nakajima, Hirama, Salim, Hamdan. And then we've got the 2 Indonesian riders in 9th and 10th, Ardi Ansiar and Hedri Ansiar. Number 12, though, Yamanaka, looking for his first win at Asia Talent Cup level. And what a time to do it. He's 3rd place in the championship, but he's just lost out to Anouar. Anouar 5th overall with 93 points. He's 18 down, so he really wants to pump his way through. Nakajima's lost a couple of places. Jerry Salim, number 4, is coming through. Jerry Salim was 3rd in Sepang in the most recent visit for the Asia Talent Cup. As I said before, he is 7th overall and 56 points down, but with the championship leader out of it, this is a huge chance, and probably his last chance, of putting his name in the hat to fight for this championship. I can tell you that You're looking on the left of your screen there, and it's just confirming the riders that are not taking part, which is why we've only got 13 in it. So you finish the race, you're on for some points, and that would be really good news for some of the riders at the back end of the field that, let's say, as yet have really struggled so far this year in their rookie seasons. Number 5 then has gone to the front, Yuki Kuni. Well, when the rain fell this morning, Yuki Kuni was the fastest of the bunch. He got pole position. He was 4/10 quicker than anyone else. Braking now down into turn 11 with Denitson Chu. And look at the visibility. So difficult here for these youngsters. Under the tunnel they go. It's a good job that there are some floodlights around this circuit because of the oval, because this would not be going ahead otherwise. Onto the start-finish straight we go, and when they cross the line there'll be 3 laps to go, and now things are starting to get a bit busy. Ryusei Yamanaka weaving, number 20 Anwar there as well, as Yuki Kuni goes from first down to third. Then it's on Chu, number 7, struggling to stay at the pace of this race. He's back in 5th place. Number 4 Jerry Salim, well, I told you he had to make up for lost time, and this was now or never. There he is, and he's doing a decent job of it. Big chance for him. What a salvage job it would be. Ryusei Yamanaka goes back through into the lead. Then it's on Chu. He's got to try and find something here. Does he just settle for points, knowing that he will have a good chance of moving into tomorrow as a championship leader with no Noguchi here? Or will he throw caution to the wind and try and close that gap back a bit? He might just lose another place there to Hirama. Have a look at that in a moment. He has. Hirama, number 8, has gone through, but it's Yuki Kuni now that leads from Yamanaka. The 2 Japanese riders, of course, desperate to get a win here, and we've lost one. And unfortunately, it's not so lucky for Lucky. Hendriencia there, he has gone out. Hendriencia is out of the race. Unfortunately today it's unlucky, number 13 for him. So there's only 12 riders left in this race now. Normal point supply, as they do at FIM World Championship level. 25 for the win, 20 for second, 16 for third. All these bikes identical. Oh, Yuki Kuni there, and he's gone straight on into the gravel trap. If he keeps upright, he'll be okay. He just topples off, but he'll remount on that, no problem, and rejoin. And if he rejoins, he'll score points. But Yuki Kuni, that is a massive moment in the championship. He was 6th overall. He desperately needed the points here today, and it's gone pear-shaped. That now means there's a bit of a gap opening up between first and second. Yamanaka, such tricky conditions here for the riders. And look how dark it's getting here at Motegi. The organisers will be over the moon that there's going to be only 2 laps left of this one in a moment. We are really reaching crunch time as to when a race should go on. Yamanaka then it is that will come across the line with probably about a 6 or 7 tenths lead. It is in fact 9 tenths for Yamanaka as Jerry Salim bravely goes up into second place. What a result this would be for the Indonesian rider, the most experienced in the field as well, Jerry Salim, so he knows how to play this one. Let's have a look then. That's how the championship now looks. Goodness me. 10 points that Yamanaka would then lead. Yamanaka came into today 13 points down in third, and he could go into tomorrow 10 points up as the leader. Then it's on Chu would then go into second place. This is all to play for here. Fastest lap of the race is Yamanaka, and there's another one gone down. And we are losing them. They're going down like 9 pins here. This is unbelievable. He's absolutely furious. Jerry Salim, well, he had his opportunity, and that's gone now. I'm afraid that Jerry Salim's championship chances have just gone up in smoke there. That is it. Jerry, you had your chance. He fought bravely, but that is it. He was 55 points, 56 points down going into this race with 3 races left for him. I can't see him pulling that back. Does anyone want to finish this race? There are now 11 standing. Well, here we go. Salim out then. Yamanaka it is that leads this race from Anwar. Anwar is set to gain some big points here. That, of course, with Salim going down, moves Denitz Onchu up a place, and that's a crucial couple of points that he's gaining. And now if Onchu can get himself on contention with Hirama in third once more, there he is, the young man I'm talking about, the Turkish rider, I think he would then retake the lead of the championship. It would be very close between him and Yamanaka, but for now he's behind Hirama. Hirama's on for by far his best result, not been on the podium so far, the 16-year-old, number 8. A good look over at pit board there from Ryusei Yamanaka. He wants to know the situation going into the last lap. Well, I can tell you he's only 3/10 clear of Anwar, who was on the move. Anwar was 5/10 quicker than Yamanaka on that last lap. We are on the last lap of the race here in Motegi. It is dark. The race was stopped. It was restarted again eventually. They're out on wet tyres. We have lost 4 potential championship runners. And it's not over yet. So as it stands then, with Onchu where he is, he's 8 points behind Yamanaka. Oh, it's a massive high side. Who was that? Oh, Hirama on for his first podium, and he can't believe it. A massive dive into the gravel there in frustration. But he's pinged himself out of the saddle there, and he's out of the race now. We have 10 riders left in this race in a 5-lap dash. The Asia Talent Cup, and I'm not pinning my hopes on it staying that way at the moment. Ryusei Yamanaka is on for his first victory here in the Asia Talent Cup. But coming up behind him and closing is number 20, Anwar, who has also never had a win at the Asia Talent Cup. Behind them now, and moving up into third, is Denitz Onchu, number 7. And if I were you, Denitz, I would just try and hold on to that. Don't do anything too silly, because this will be very, very handy for your championship. Hamdan has crashed out now as well. Hamdan's crashed out of 5th place, so we've got 9 riders left. I cannot believe this. Well, it is the last lap of the race. Yamanaka's just got a few corners left, and I think that the organisers of the Asia Talent Cup will be really relieved to see the checkered flag here. We've only got 9 riders left in this race. Yamanaka's lead then would be down to 5 points. There's only a couple of corners remaining. The checkered flag is out. It's being made ready, and I don't think Yamanaka, unless he makes any mistakes here, will be denied victory. Keep it upright on the exit. He does so, and the checkered flag is out. Ryusei Yamanaka, so consistent in the past, wins race 1 here in Motegi and takes his first win in the class. Anwar comes home in second, and that is big points for him. Denitz Onchu, a look over his shoulder. He shakes his head. He's not satisfied, but I tell you what, considering that Denitz Onchu was in a gravel trap about 25 minutes ago, I think he should probably just count his lucky stars there. That's not worked out too bad. In 4th place is Ardencia, number 6. Now that is his best result by a long way. Nakajima is in 5th. Nakajima's best result was a 3rd back in Suzuka, so he doesn't improve on that. Saito, he comes across the line just behind him, and Saito's best finish was an 8th, so that's an improvement for him. Ryusei Yamanaka, well, he's been in the Red Bull Rookies this year. He wasn't able to win a race. He's been in the Asia Talent Cup for 3 seasons. He's not been able to win a race, and finally he does, and it's on home turf. And he is going to hear his national anthem on the top step. Azroy Anwar here keeps himself well in contention for the championship with 20 points there. He was 18 behind Noguchi coming into this one. Well, that's all changed now. He is properly in the mix here. Properly in the mix. Denitz Onchu in 3rd. Was 9 points behind Noguchi coming into this one. Well, there you see, Noguchi, championship leader coming into today, is 12 points behind in 4th. Denitz Onchu's just now 5 points behind. So whatever way Denitz Onchu looks at this, unhappy or not, he's somehow managed to be 4 points better off than he was at the start of the morning. These guys will have another race tomorrow, a 15-lapper at the end of play, and then we'll go into the final round. And I can tell you this for nothing, this is going all the way to the final round. There's absolutely no doubt about that. It's mathematically now impossible for the championship to be won here tomorrow, and it's probably going to be much like last year, carnage going into the final race of the season. And I'll tell you what, I'll take that. because I'll probably be in the commentary box bringing you that one, and it's always good from the neutral perspective to bring you exciting racing, and it doesn't really get much more exciting than this lot on these NSF 250 Honda Moto3 machines, because it's just so unpredictable. Congratulations to Ryusei Yamanaka, he's milking this, and why not? A few Japanese fans have still stayed out to watch that one. So we'll have a Japanese rider, an Indonesian, sorry, a Malaysian, and a Turkish rider. That seemed like ages ago. It was still light when that happened. That was the original restart. Then Denitz Onchu goes down. You could throw all of the names up into the air here today to try and predict this one. There's number 5, Yuki Kuni. He went down. I can tell you that Yuki Kuni wasn't able to remount and pick up any points. That is costly for Kuni. Really, really costly in the championship. And in the end, checkered flag went out. Ryusei Yamanaka finally gets his hands on a victory in the Asia Talent Cup, and might just have a chance here of winning it. Yamanaka will more than likely be in the 2018 Red Bull Rookies again, and if he wins the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, there'll be a place in the Junior World Championship looming as well. And then from there on, it's just down to you. If you can make the noises, then you will be in this paddock again in the future, but at Grand Prix level. Riders making their way down into Parc Ferme now then, after a rather dramatic conclusion to the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. You'll see the family members and friends that are here for Yamanaka in a moment, and I'm pretty sure you're going to see a bit of emotion here, because having plagued away at this for the last 3 seasons, finally getting his hands on a win is the least he deserves, really, for the consistency that he's shown over the past 24 months. The Japanese aren't normally a nation that sort of stand on tanks and go crazy. An honourable and respectful nation, Japan, but they get excited in their own ways, and a thumbs up will do it. Ryusei Yamanaka then. There's plenty of Japanese media here, of course, for the Grand Prix, so he's going to get a lot of exposure here, Yamanaka. What a moment to stand on the top step. Not a lot of eye contact made there with Chan On-Chu, was there? Chan On-Chu just thinking of what might have been. At least he's down there to support his brother. Chan On-Chu with it all to do again tomorrow here at the Twin Ring Motegi. Nakamoto is down there as well, working as part of Dorna these days, of course. Former boss over at HRC, still heavily involved, helping out riders at the youth levels, and always pleased to see a Japanese rider making his way. Denitz Onchu, well, I told you he was pint-sized. Looks about 6 years old, doesn't he? I assure you he is only 14. He wraps the Turkish flag around him. Protégés of Kenan Sofuoglu, the Onchu twins. And we'll see a lot of them in the future. Mark my words. Turkey will be coming into the World Championship in the not-too-distant future. And if it's not with those two, it will be with perhaps the name Toprak Razgatioglu, who at the moment is making waves over in the World Superbike paddock in the Superstock 1000 class. He one day might just find himself in this Grand Prix paddock as well, but they're all protégés of a certain Kenan Sofuoglu, of course, multiple World Supersport champion. Kenan was over at the last round of the Red Bull Rookies to congratulate Denitz and Chan on their results of the season. Confirmation then of the results there. Only 8 finishers. 8 riders saw the checkered flag. We started this weekend off with 19 of them. Yamanaka, the winner from Anua, Onchu, Ariencia, Nakajima, Saito, Suzuki and Suhaimi. Hirama didn't finish, Hamdan went out, Jerry Salim high-sided, Yuki Kuni lost it at turn 5, Hedriencia lost it at turn 11, Chanonchu fell into the bike of Noguchi's, Furman Sia went out in that first race, as well as Koki Suzuki and Kritchapon Kayasonti from Thailand. And it really is dark now here at the Twin Ring Motegi. Don't forget, of course, if those of you that are tuning in, there's lots of action coming up from the Twin Ring here tomorrow, including all the Grand Prix efforts. And this is the Riders' Championship, the Motor Grand Prix of Japan in the Asia Talent Cup. Ryusei Yamanaka has a 5-point lead over Dennis Onchu. Anwar third, Noguchi in fourth. 26 points now cover 5 riders. Yuki Kuni, how costly is that crash? 38 adrift in 6th. Is that now championship over? Well, he would probably have to win tomorrow and hope for other results to go his way. You just never know, it might happen. It is the Asia Talent Cup after all. Let's have a look at any other movers going on. Takuto Suzuki, who up to now his best result was 11th. Well, his 7th place finish has moved him up into 11th overall, and Idemitsu there has moved up a couple of spots as well into 13th place with 3 races remaining. Some of these riders not here, started the season, got injured. There were reserve riders in place to come in. I think we've got one flag missing from the podium there. I'm not sure what's going on there, but maybe they're trying to unwrap it from Dennis Onchu's back. He's nicked the flag from the podium. There it is, just being risen now. The Turkish flag in 3rd place. Great to see 3 different nations on the top 3 steps. But once that flag is up in the sky, we'll be able to get these 3 over onto the podium. Dennis Onchu, no stranger to a podium in the Asia Talent Cup or at Red Bull rookie level. Yeah, they're having problems here with the Turkish flag. Oh. No, is it coming down again? It's not going well, is it? The Asia Talent Cup here, they've done their best, but it really hasn't gone to plan so far. This was all supposed to be wrapped up and done by 10 to 5. It's now 25 minutes past local time. These riders don't care. They're happy to wait for their trophies. They're not asking for his flag, are they? Oh no, they're just telling him that he's got to go out on the podium. So yeah, there he is. Turkish flag struggled to get up in the air in the end. But Dennis Onchu then does make his way onto the podium. That is Dennis Onchu's 3rd podium of the season. 2nd place there for Anwar, number 20. It'll be his 4th podium of the season. Agonisingly for Anwar there in 2nd place. That's his 4th 2nd of the season. And it moves him into 3rd in the championship. He's probably getting sick of the tagline bridesmaid. You can see a bit of frustration there from Anwar as well. He might just want to try and better this one tomorrow. Still in with a big shout, though, of winning the championship. Just about forcing a smile there, the Malaysian. Big race soon coming up in a couple of weeks in Sepang. And Ryusei Yamanaka, well, he'll do well to wipe the smile off his face. His first win in the Asia Talent Cup for Ryusei Yamanaka. The proudest moment in Ryusei Yamanaka's life so far, and for him, he'll certainly be hoping that there's more to come. And maybe one day he can hear that Japanese national anthem at World Championship level. Next race for these guys tomorrow at 15:30 local time, so slightly earlier. No chance of it being dark, but every chance of rain because it is a wet forecast ahead. It's the Grand Prix, of course, of Japan tomorrow, so make sure you tune into that before we join this Asia Talent Cup again. I'll leave you with the highlights because I'm sure there's no way we can possibly run you through everything that happened once more again, but thanks for joining us here. It's all to play for in the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. I've been Steve Day. We'll see you tomorrow.